Good evening. I am back with episode 4 for the review of Braxton Family Value. Yes, I am back with episode 4. And let's pretty much get into it. Now, from last time, for those of you where we left off, you can check out my previous review for episode 3. We know episode 3 was a hot ass mess. Just to recap you, the girls go to Dr. Sherry to try to have an intervention, try to fix everything, and that goes haywire. So now we get to the next episode, and it opens up, I believe, with Tony going to see Dr. Sherry, and she went to see her separately. And Tony is like, you know, I'm just tired of fixing everything. You know, this is not healthy for me. You know, I'm sick and I have to deal with everybody else's garbage and this, that, and the third. And, you know, that's true, Tony. You know, like, you are sick, and, you know, your sister should also take note of that. You know, this is not healthy for you guys emotionally. It's not healthy for you physically, or for anybody physically. And, you know, as a family dynamic, it's not healthy. And you're, especially on television, you know, that's not good. So, and Dr. Sherry gave her a pair of glasses, and she said, you know, this person's gonna, you can put on the same glasses, but this person's gonna see something one way, this person's gonna see something another way. That is true, but I don't think that's the whole gist of it. I think it's a matter of listening, coming to the core of the problem, listening and understanding each other, and not talking at each other. So, and clearly they haven't been doing a good job of that. So, you know, Tony's like, I'm just spent, I don't know what to do, you know. But to me, actually, I think Dr. Sherry really is an ineffective use as far as them hashing out issues. I think she's really ineffective, because for what we've always seen when we had the Dr. Sherry episodes, Dr. Sherry doesn't, I mean, she's pretty much reiterating what everybody's been saying thus far. You know, they're not listening, this the communication, you know, I mean, it's the same issues going on, but she's not really getting to the root. They're not getting to the root of it. I think really she's ineffective. They really need to handle this as a sister unit, you know, as a family unit. So guess what happens now? But you know, I'll actually get to that part in a little minute. Now we move on to Mama Braxton and Trina. They have lunch, and first of all, they have a little lighthearted thing. You know, Miss E is trying to order a peanut colada. Mama Evelyn, you don't know what a peanut colada is? I almost died. I was like, oh Lord, somebody get this, a peanut colada. A peanut colada. Oh yeah. Peanut colada. So, you know, Trina's laughing at that, but then really the main reason why Trina brought her to lunch was because she felt as though, you know, she was very disrespectful towards Evelyn, and, you know, like, she wanted to make amends and say she was sorry. And I commend Trina for that, because that was out of pocket, you know, and I don't even expect Trina to act like that. So I think there was a lot of stress, a lot of tension, even though it didn't condone her actions. But I think that it took a big person to actually come up there and apologize to her mom, and she admitted that she was disrespectful. I was like, you know, her mom accepted her apology and stuff like that, and okay, that's fine and dandy and over with. Now we're going to get to Daddy Braxton comes into town to see Tamar, because really Daddy Braxton is actually coming for the whole girls. They need to sit there and squash this. Daddy Braxton came all the way out from Maryland to come see them, so this way they can truly get to the bottom of it. So you know, they have him and Tamar talking. Tamar is still reiterating the fact that, oh, I mean, I'm the problem, but I don't know exactly what the problem everybody has with me. So, you know, Daddy Braxton's like, I don't really care who's wrong or right anymore. It is what it is. The fact of the matter is, y'all need to hash this out. Y'all need to take care of this and move forward. You know, and it's bad enough if your father got to come all the way out there. That's bad. You know, y'all can't even settle your problems. But sometimes it does take mommy and daddy to kind of get everybody in check, you know. So, let's just move on. And we're going to get over back to Maryland, actually, with Tracy and her husband. Tracy couldn't come to LA, actually, when everybody was together. And that's going to be explained later. But Tracy had to go all the way home to her husband, Kevin. Because she heard that he was having, like, heart attacks. And it was like he was having chest pains and things like that. But really, it was just a panic attack. So... But he signed himself out of the hospital and all this stuff. And then Tracy's like, why do y'all men do that? And, you know, so she's acting a fool on the way home, like worrying and you know, fussing as a wife would. But I'm like, dang, Kevin, could you look a little more presentable? What's with the scraggly ass beard and the, you know, your dreads don't even look like they twisted. Like, come on, baby, come on. Ew. Look a little better than that. You on TV. Alright. So him and Tracy sit down on the couch. And I think honestly he just wanted Tracy home. I was like, really? Man, you just wanted some attention. Like, chillax, bro. So Tracy's like, I think it was that Redskins game. That's why you was acting a fool. That's how you gave yourself a little heart attack. And, you know, basically, he's, you know, wanting Tracy to help ease the pain, let's just say. Perform her wifely duties. He just wants some cutty. You want some cutty from his buddy, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Moving on. So, that's squashed. And then now, we get to the ring shopping scenario with Gabe, Towanda, and Tracy. As we all know, back, you know, when they were in St. Lucia, Trina was like, I think it was a fake ring. Why are you gonna propose to me with a fake ass ring? So Towanda, you know, they're all in LA. Gabe was out on business, and Towanda and Tracy happened to be in LA. So they go like try to help Gabe pick out the ring. Now mind you, they Braxton girls, okay? They ain't trying to look for no little ass rock, especially no black woman. Come on now. Any woman, she wants a big giant rock just chilling on the finger, like, hey. She wants a rock to chill on that finger. That rock better be as big as her fist. Okay? So, and then they go to the store, they're picking out stuff, they're looking, and we see Gabe want to select that little one that has like no stone on it. What kind of... I'm gonna chew it. I'm gonna swallow it. No, really, Gabe. What kind of... All you did to Trina, you better be on your hands and knees, and you better give her a ring that is the size of her fist. You make money, you just cheap. Okay? Cheap. Like they called him as a bird. Cheap. Don't be cheap. If you can go all out and screw all them girls over the internet or whatever, trust me, you could go out a little bit with your pocket. And you went and you did your makeover with her and you flew out to St. Lucia to try to marry her again, trust me, man, you can do better than that. Okay? So, anywho, now we get to the part where they're like picking out the rings and they're like, oh yeah, oh that one's nice. That one is $35,000. Gabe was like, $35,000? Like what? He's like, let me check my budget. Let me check this. I'm like, bruh, you already know how much money you should have. Get it together, okay? Yeah. Now we're gonna go to the intervention. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. So, We have the family meeting. It is Mommy and Daddy Braxton this time, and the 4 out of the 5. Tracy is not there because of her husband's issues. So, but Tamar was like, oh well, I think Tracy's trying to dodge out of the meeting because she knows what she did and stuff like that. Anyway, so we're now getting into, everybody is like, you know, still trying to figure out. So far nothing looks like it's getting resolved. I noticed Towanda's very quiet in this one. Usually she is. And Trina is also very quiet in this one. But, you know, she said something, but I kind of forgot. But Tony was like, do you really think that we should try, that their apologies need to be said? And I was like, good call, Tony, good call. And, you know, she was asking Tamar to apologize, not saying that, you know, she was jealous for Tamar and Vince, but, you know, for the smart comments that Tamar has made, her attitude, and the way she approached everything. Now, first of all, Tamar looks like one that she's not really ready to sink down and apologize. You have to break her to get her down to apologize. And she's like, you know, I'm sorry if you feel like, you know, this, that, and everybody's jumping at her, especially Daddy Braxton, like, no, you need to outright say you're sorry. And she's like, I'm getting to it. Okay, so she does it again. Daddy Braxton cuts her off again. It's like, I'm in the middle of it. Oh, no. And she gets snippy with Daddy Braxton. And I was like, uh-oh, if you jumping at your father's neck, first of all, that couldn't happen if that was me. But Daddy Braxton did do the right thing. He was like, you need to calm down. Remember, I'm your father. I'm not your sisters. I'm not one of your friends. I'm your father. You don't talk to me like that. And, you know, Tamar, she chilled it back down. Because Daddy Braxton corrected her. He put her right back in her place. So then, you know, got her together. So then, you know, she finishes her apology. She's like, you know, if you felt that way, Tony, that you know, pretty much said that you're jealous of the Tamar Vince spinoff, I'm sorry, I did not intend for you to feel that way. I don't think you felt that I don't think you were jealous of me in any way. You know, but then Tony clarified it by saying, you know what, I just wanted to be clear in the meeting that that's really how you felt about me or how you not felt about me. And see, y'all, when y'all listen and y'all really talk to each other, don't you notice how easy it is for points to get across? Once you take the emotions out of it and just get down to the root of it, don't you notice how easy it is when y'all not shouting at each other and walking out? See? So they calmed down, you know. And I remember, I forget whether it was before or after, but I think it was before Tamar broke down and kind of apologized, or I don't remember. But I remember Daddy Braxton was saying, you know, Daddy Braxton, you could tell he was hurt with how his girls were acting. And for your father to almost get up and walk out and cry, for him to get up and almost cry, you know, tears coming out your father's eyes, that's hurtful to see that, because it's like both of the parents are at their wits' end. It's like Mama Braxton tried, and, you know, Daddy Braxton's now trying with them, and, you know, it's just crazy. And they, you know, all the children were looking dumbfounded, like, man, our parents can't even control this. Like, this is bad, you know. And, you know, even Tamar was looking, she was looking confuddled, like, oh man, look at what we're doing here. And you could see it on everybody's face. And, you know, Mama Braxton was like, it hurt me to see my ex-husband, you know, their father feel that way. It does hurt as a parent to see your kids at war with each other constantly and not resolving. That does hurt. So, you know, they kind of like, you know, Mama Braxton, I think somebody called for a group hug. And, you know, they were like, yeah, let's do that. And I think they really came down and realized it's not really about who's right or wrong anymore. It's about communicating and getting, you know, apologizing and listening and communicating to each other, not talking at each other. And, you know, you could tell there's still, it's not all the way patched, but they're working on it. Even Daddy Braxton's in there, and they all group hug. And, you know, they're like, somebody said, oh, I wish Tracy was here. But Tamar was like, you know, Tracy was here. This would not be over. I was like, really, Tamar? But, you know, I think really Tamar and Tracy have issues, particularly with each other. And I've been noticing that as the seasons progressed. You know, I've really been seeing that with them. So I think it's gonna get actually it's gonna go back to Maryland when Daddy Braxton now goes to see Tracy, and they talk about the family. You know, he's bringing her up to speed about the family meeting in California, and Tracy don't want to hear it. She's like, you know, as soon as the name Tamar came up, she was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't no. And I was like, Tracy, first of all, you're talking to your dad, you know. And secondly, don't you think that if your dad is coming to you with this, that maybe you should pay a little more attention? Maybe something really is truly wrong. And I think that, you know, and even Tamar said it, I think it's partially right. I think that Tracy has to get to the bottom of where her anger is coming from. And I think a lot of her anger is stemming from not being with the Braxtons as a group before. And honestly, I think there's maybe hostility with Tamar, maybe how Tamar treated her in the past, or how the other sisters treated her in the past. But really, there is a lot of gripe with Tracy and Tamar, and especially since they had that big blow up. And then, you know, it gets bad and Tracy walks away. Tracy always walks away, and I don't kind of like that with Tracy, because she always bails out. And, you know, she's like, well, glad to know she's in your pocket too. And now she feels like everybody thinks that Tracy is wrong. But you see how it is? You know, when everybody's ganging up, you see everybody can gang up everybody else, but when somebody's approached with an issue, all hell breaks loose. So she walks away, and then they get in the car. I see Kevin and little Kevin, they get in the car, and then, you know, Daddy Braxton's like, Kevin, and Kevin just drives off. So I guess they drive off with Tracy. And, you know, so I was like, what was the point of that? But then anyway, so now we get to, I hope I didn't leave anything out, but to just kind of wrap it up, they kind of meet for one time, I think, with Daddy Braxton. No, oh, it's the tea party. Tamar and Tony decide to go out for a little tea party, which I thought was a very cute scene, because like it showed that their relationship is pairing back up again. And I think Tony taking her to tea was very nice. And, you know, but Tony dressed up in her little English hat and her little pearls and stuff, you know. I was like, look at Tony being all bougie. Look at her. And Tamar was like, girl, bye. So then they talk, and, you know, first of all, Tony, I think it was a big thing for Tony to come out and say, you know, congratulations on your single. I think we really haven't celebrated that as sisters, and, you know, you deserve it, Tamar. And I thought that was I applaud Tony for that. I was like, wow. She actually, you know, gave Tamar some credit. You know, and Tamar, you could tell she was surprised. And she was like, you know what? Tony is my, you know, Tony, a superstar of her caliber, said that to me. And at the same time, she's my sister. So that really makes it all the more, you know, true. And like, she felt honored, you know, like, oh my gosh, I'm actually getting a little credit and a little more respect. I'm not just baby sister Tamar anymore. So I thought that was very nice. And now we're going to get to the last scene, which is Daddy, Tracy, and Tamar. They're having, I guess, lunch or whatever somewhere. They all meet up, and you know, basically Tamar and Tracy are talking, and then, you know, Tamar just basically saying how Tracy was in her face and stuff, but then Tracy's like, oh, well, you were in my face too. But I don't think it was also, I saw more of Tracy being in her face, actually. Even though Tamar was being a little snippy, I don't think she was really all up in her face. Like, but Tracy was like, you ain't gonna try it. You ain't, not today, not today. You know, even though I did want Tracy to kind of smack the hell out of her, I ain't gonna lie. But, you know, really, it kind of ends on a cliffhanger, the episode. And but we see in the next one a preview that Tamar and Tracy are working out together, and I was like, this is interesting, and maybe this can help them get out some of the pent-up aggression. Maybe, I don't know. So maybe they, instead of them actually gonna damn near hit each other, I think it'll be good for them. So now, pretty much, you know, hopefully they can patch this up, and really, I want to get to the root of what their problems are, because I think there's a lot of stuff that's not being shown on camera. So, and I think there's a lot of issues maybe surfacing back years ago that are now coming back to haunt them. So, tell me what you guys think about that episode, because I feel like, woo, I was about to cry with Daddy Braxton. I was like, oh boy, this is bad. But I'm glad they kind of, you know, they not necessarily outright squashed it, but I think they came to a mutual head, especially when they saw Daddy Braxton get emotional, and they kind of realized, like, man, what are we doing? You know, this is not the Braxton way. And I love to see them having fun and acting crazy, because that's, you know, as your sisters, you want that dynamic. Braxton family values. You know, Tony said earlier, like the first part of the episode, she was like, you know, I don't really see our Braxton family values anymore. You know, and that's sad. And I honestly think that with a little work and a little more communication skills, that's better on both ends. The other sisters, and as well as Tamar, and even just all across the board, I think once they get past their communication issues, they should be okay. And, you know, but I think, honestly and truly, they're all talented in their own way, and they all have special qualities about them in their own way. And, you know, but sometimes we have a room full of females, it's bound to be some drama, especially in one setting. So, you know, and especially with sisters are commonly gonna have this drama and issues, and sometimes one may be jealous of the other because one sister's maybe popping off and the other one's not, and it could be a whole surface of other things. But it's just, as long as the communication and the love is there, you'll get past anything. And that's my take-home message. So tell me what you guys think about this episode. Like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Also, Neight, I'm sorry I did not put the link when I uploaded it. I forgot, but I will. His videos, I like his videos. Like I told you about Neight before, I think it was the video previously or the second video. But yeah, so I got you this time, okay? But check him out. He's fun, and he's cute. So and thank you to all my subscribers out there, even though there's not many, but thank you guys. And also, I've been getting views even around the world. I've been getting views from Thailand and the UK and, you know, different parts of the United States. And I'm looking like, all right, yes. All right, we're getting somewhere, slow but sure. But thank you guys for paying attention. If you guys are watching and you guys are faithfully watching, the support is great. So, and I'll be back with another video. Hopefully something that you guys really like. Still trying to figure it out. But enough of my long-windedness. Child sweet puddings, and I'll get back to you later. Bye.